here in 1 month, it'll be 6 months.
Yeah, that's what I thought about 6. So yeah, yeah. You like it rather than taking care of the kids when you were doing the kids' work?
Yes, much better.
Really?
Much better. Yes.
Oh, you just get burned
It's
out?
better. It's better for my mental health.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So, okay, all I was Dorothy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I couldn't hear you guys at first, but now I can.
Oh, okay, all right, good. That's what I was checking on. I'm well aware we're not going to do Thou this morning, but I'm going to stick with the rest of the list. So Crystal Wright, WRIGHT, will be up. They're going to get her right now.
Okay.
All right, all back soon.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Bye.
Ashley,
Yes, ma'am.
did you see the motion to revoke on Travis Heron? It was just filed May 6th.
I'm looking through my maybe.
Okay.
Nope. Did I get an email about it, ma'am?
Stephanie is the one who did the motion. I'm
Okay.
assuming she sent, well, I just wanted to let you know we're aware that it's untimely. We just wanted one on file, but
Okay. Yes,
would you like me to send an email to you?
It's-
I
it's-
mean, a
it's under
copy?
documents, right, Miss Kathleen?
Yes.
Okay, then no,
Yes.
ma'am, I can get it, but thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Looks like we're just waiting on somebody from ADC. So,
Right, Judge. I'm aware we're going to skip Thal, but I'm going to stick with my list. You probably got that forwarded. So Crystal Wright is sitting here ready to go when you are.
okay,
All right. Thank
soon
you.
as we've got them,
Mhm.
we'll be ready to go.
Understood.
Okay, looks like we have Mr. Probst and we are ready to go.
I'm
Right.
sorry, Your Honor. I thought I
No,
was
no, you're
running
right.
earlier.
Yes, no.
Miss Hutton was yelling at me, Your Honor. She was yelling.
I
She was
just,
fierce. She was fierce. She's like, "Where are you?"
And apparently it worked.
Yeah, apparently.
All right. Ray, we're going to start with Crystal Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T.
Thank you.
You bet. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Here we go.
Good afternoon, Ms. Wright. I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. It looks like you have a pending battery on a law enforcement officer charge against you. You have been appointed an attorney to represent you on this case. We're gonna have you speak to him. If you would leave the headphones on and let the person who gave you the headphones know that you need to go to the breakout room.
Right, yes, breakout room.
One of the public defenders. Got the invitation.
Okay, Mr. Probst, were you able to have some time to speak with your client?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. The circumstances for which my client is incarcerated is well, I guess this at this point, the offer that I'm looking at from the city was for probation on the new charge, but I was able to briefly visit with Ms. Hutton, and I think that they have even changed from that. And they're basically offering my client to plead as charged and to go to jail. So I think that my client has the right to review all the evidence, review the discovery, come into our office and be prepared to help resolve this case. And so I can't in good conscience have her plead guilty to this case today. And my client doesn't want to plead guilty to this case today. So we're asking for an OR bond today, set this matter for a court hearing coming up so that she can make an appointment to come into our office and prepare for the revocation and prepare for how we want to handle this new charge, Your Honor.
So she's not being held on this case. She was sentenced to 30 days on a probation revocation on other counts. So she's not getting out today. She has to serve her 30 days. But let's see when that is supposed to be This is why I was kind of confused about this, because when that revocation happened, she was sentenced to 30 days, and this charge, which was alleged to have occurred, already occurred. It occurred, the allegation is from April 15th of 2025. It was received by the municipal court clerk's office, I believe on the 17th of April, but they weren't able to get it entered until April 28th. So if the city has filed a revocation on what's already been revoked, I don't know, A, if that's appropriate, and B, she still has to finish serving that 30 days before she gets out. On that previously revoked case, I believe that was on, I think there was a domestic related case and some criminal damage cases that she was revoked
Yes.
on. And that's why I had
Yes,
sent
ma'am.
that email saying that because this had occurred prior to her doing the 30 days, if the city would consider it as having been resolved because it had already occurred. Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to revoke her on something that had already occurred when she was revoked on it, just because the city didn't know. The charges actually predate her prior revocation. So I don't mind us waiting the 30 days till she gets out and having her, reset on a regular ADC docket. When is she supposed to get out? Does anybody, Ms. Meyer, do you
I'll
have
look
that
at the jail
information?
screen.
See, this is kind of weird too. Let's see. That's not that one. Yep, probation revoked and sentenced 30 days. And so she went in April 24th. So 30 days is about May 24th. So we could set this June 5th at 1 o'clock just for a regular docket. And then at that point, if she still wants to set it for trial, she can set it for trial.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes,
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Hutton?
It's my understanding she's in jail until October. I believe she was given jail time on the new cases at the same time she was sentenced to 30 days on the revocation.
Okay, and what is, let's see if we can find, see, this one says probation revoked and sentenced 30 days. What does this one say from 4/24? That just says defendant failed to appear for court-ordered probation revoked. Or no, bench warrant requested. Probation revoked and sentenced 30 days. Let's see.
Can I ask you what the charges are? Can I ask you what the charges are?
The pending
I
charge
ask-
is the battery on a law enforcement officer. I already told you that when we first spoke earlier. It was alleged to have occurred April 15th of 2025. Yeah, see, this
Okay,
one
go on.
says he sentenced defendant with Lillich, prosecutor
I'll
Weaver.
plea on,
defendant
I'll plea
pled
on that
to-
one.
Hold on, no. Defendant pled to destruction of property, sentenced to 180 days. So she's doing 180 days. It looks like.
Yeah, per the jail, she's not supposed to get out till October the 21st.
Okay, so why is the city pursuing this when she's doing 180 days already? I
Your
can't-
Honor,
Miss Houghton?
yes, ma'am, I apologize. The internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Oh, okay. Um, I apologize, Your Honor. I've been reading through the emails from Mr. Weaver, and given the information that the court has shared with us today,
I just sent an email to everyone that has that remark that says the 180 days. And so that occurred April 24th, which is after the April 15th that this charge was alleged to have occurred. So just, I know he had some other remark that he had found, but this is the remark that I'm focusing on.
Your Honor, at this time, the city does not wish to move forward with this case based upon the fact that Ms. Wright will be in jail until October. Apologize for the confusion, ma'am.
Mr. Probst, I'm gonna guess your client won't object to this charge being dismissed?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, we will get that done. Ms. Wright, best of luck to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Just checking we're all done there, Judge.
Yes.
Okay, new pod, new floor, Lloyd Vincent.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Vincent is here.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Vincent. I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like, let's see, you are being held on our cases. What you have pending against you, give me 1 second because they're not ordered right date-wise. Let me fix that and then I'll be able to read them to you. Looks like you were charged with leaving the scene of an injury accident, no proof of insurance. Those were alleged to have occurred August 27th of 2024 in the area of 27th and Quindaro. Then it also looks like you were charged with interference with an officer, switch tag, driving under the influence of alcohol and or drugs, and a driving while suspended. It looks like the city is seeking jail time. If you are convicted, you have been appointed an attorney. We're going to give you an opportunity to speak to your attorney. Mr. Probst, do you want to be heard on bond or do you want to speak to your client first? Uh-oh, is Mr. Probst here?
I'm here,
Okay.
Your Honor. I'm not fast enough. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I had muted myself and I forgot. So yes, I would like to be to visit with my client regarding the issues, and then we'll talk about bond.
Okay. So Mr. Vincent, you're gonna leave the headphones on, but tell the person that gave you the headphones that you need to go to the breakout room.
Need to go to the breakout room.
Thank you. Did we lose the jail? Okay, no, they're there. Okay, Mr. Probst, have you had an opportunity to speak to your client?
I have, Your Honor. My client is ultimately going to want to get these cases set for trial. It would be awesome if we could have the opportunity to prepare for that trial. We don't have much of the evidence, if any, at this point. We're going to want to watch videos, et cetera, on the DUI. I understand he's got holds out of Fairway and Jackson County, Missouri, I think, or some other matters going on. But at this point, Your Honor, we'd ask for a release today so that he could have a court date down the road, and we can try to get him in to review all the evidence.
Ms. Hutton, what is the city's position?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Vincent, I am going to give you an OR bond. I'm not going to set it for trial just yet, to make sure that you actually have an opportunity to meet with your attorney in person. What I am going to do is I'm going to continue this. Let's see. To June 26th at 1 p.m.
Okay,
And
that'll be fine.
if for some reason you're either in the custody of Fairway or Jackson County, when you get out, make sure you ask them for a letter of incarceration and bring it with you to our court clerk's office, and they can work with you about getting a new court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
New pod, I'm gonna go for it. Fihak Phi. Fingsei Fihak Phi.
Does he speak English?
Yes, he does. I did verify that personally today.
Thank
And
you.
absolutely confirmed he was comfortable speaking English in court setting.
Thank you.
All right, Judge, we're ready.
Okay,
Come up. That's how close you are.
good afternoon. I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. it looks like you have several charges pending against you. Let's see. See if I can get a quick kind of summary. Six counts of criminal damage. Seven counts of criminal damage, 2 counts of violation of a protection order, battery, 2 counts of trespassing, assault, interference with an officer, another count of battery, and 1 count of exposing yourself to others. The city is seeking jail time on these charges. You would have to post a $1,500 cash bond to get out. And you have been appointed an attorney. Mr. Probst, do you want to speak to your client first or be heard on bond?
Judge, I'd like to speak to my client first, please.
Okay, please keep your headphones on and let the person that gave you the headphones know that you need to go to the breakout room.
Go pick a room. All right.
Mr. Probst, did you have an opportunity to speak to your client?
I did, Your Honor. My client believes he's got some valid defenses in these cases, and he is asking for an OR bond so that he can make an appointment and come in and visit with our office.
Okay. Ms. Hutton, what is the city's position? Sorry, position? Ooh, I hope we haven't lost her. Ms. Hutton?
Sorry,
That's okay. We're back in and waiting for you.
I apologize.
No worries.
Sorry, ma'am.
That's okay. So Mr. Probst requested an OR bond for his client. What's the city's position?
Your Honor, I don't believe the city would have an objection to the OR bond, but we would again request that he have no contact with his father, Mr. Keogh.
Well,
Puhafai, thank
Yeah.
you. And that would be the only other thing that we would request, Your Honor.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Is the last name spelled the same?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Keo, ma'am.
Oh, for the first name?
Yes, Keo.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I thought you said Theo,
Oh.
Theo. So yes, I'm glad you clarified that for me. And did you say no contact or no violent contact? I'm sorry.
No contact, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, I am willing to give you an OR bond. However, this is going to be an OR bond with a special condition. And that special condition is you're to have no contact with your father, KO, and I'm totally going to pronounce it wrong, but same last name as you.
Yes, ma'am.
And we will continue this matter to May 15th at 1 p.m. I will tell you, if you fail to appear in court on May 15th, the judge could issue a bench warrant with a no bond hold. So you could end up being held until the cases are resolved. So please make sure you appear in person May 15th at 1 p.m.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. That's it, right?
Yes, you'll get out later today. We see everyone on the docket first, and then we send over the paperwork, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge, new pod, new floor. The next three on my list are all on the same pod.
Okay, thank you. I have to grab something off of the printer, so if the jail shows up, just please let them know that I'll be right back.
No problem, Judge.
Pardon me, everybody, Mr. Mo is available, Moao.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Good afternoon. I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. Let me just get your case brought up. I was on
Yes,
the
ma'am.
wrong page. Okay. So it looks like right now you're just being held on city cases, and you would have to post a $1,500 cash bond to get out of jail. It looks like you have a variety of misdemeanors pending, including one count of domestic battery. Let's see.
I believe I had the domestic battery uh off because I had went to court for that and they gave me the I think I was getting in the process of diversion, but I had missed court, so like I don't know what's going on with that one.
Okay. Well, let me just kind of go through what the pending cases are, and then you're gonna have an opportunity to speak to your attorney. It looks like there's also pending one count of disorderly conduct, 2 counts of interference with an officer, 1 count of petty theft, 2 counts of possession of marijuana, 4 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia. Ooh, sorry, 1 more petty theft, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 counts of trespassing. You have been appointed an attorney. We're gonna let you speak to your attorney. Mr. Probst, do you want to be heard on bond, or do you want to speak to your client first?
I'd prefer to speak to my client first, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, so just leave the headphones on and let the person that gave you the headphones know that you need to go to the breakout room.
Excuse me, I need to go to a breakout room.
Ashley.
Yes, ma'am.
On that case that they're talking to him, the attorney rec shows only 15 cases, so one of the cases aren't on there. If they decide to do the attorney rec.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any idea which one I'm missing?
Um,
I did try to get them all, but I must have miscounted somewhere.
let me see.
Mr. Probst, have you had an opportunity to speak to your client?
I have, Your Honor. At this point, as you know, that there are a substantial number of charges here, and although the city's made an offer at this point, I think it's appropriate for him to be able to come into our office and review the evidence, since several of these are a little bit more severe and require jail time on them. So if you would be willing to grant my client an OR bond, he says that the reason he didn't show up to court last time is because he was,
Transportation reasons, I couldn't get there on time.
Sir, I would highly suggest that you let your lawyer talk for you. And if you want to speak about something different, then we should go back into a breakout room, okay?
Yes, sir. I apologize.
Thank you. So he's indicated that he lives out on close to 73rd and State. He overslept a little bit. He didn't get up until 8 o'clock. By the time he got to a bus, it was too late for him to get here. So he admits that he didn't get the court on time, and then but he's asking for another opportunity to be released, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Hutton, what is the city's position on bond?
Your Honor, the city doesn't object to the OR bond.
Do you have any?
Yes, Your Honor, no violent contact with, Nasser Moao, Nasermoao.
Okay.
I have a
So,
question.
yes.
So that's my older.
You might want to ask that of your attorney. What I can
Okay.
tell you is if it has to do with the no violent contact, that does mean that you can have contact, however, it cannot be violent.
Okay, that's I
I
didn't
don't know if that
understand that. Thank you.
resolves that or
Yes.
not.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are two kinds. There's a no contact and a no violent contact. What the city is requesting in your case is just a no violent contact. So you
Okay.
are still allowed to have contact with Nasser Moa. Is that how you say your last name, sir? Okay.
Yes.
So you'll get out later today. We see everyone first and then we send the documentation over. So it could still be a few hours, but you will get out today. We will continue your case to May 16th at 1 p.m. That way, if you are taking a bus, you don't have to worry about it being in the morning, okay?
Okay. I stay on 7th Street. We just moved over here, so I'll be able to make it on
Great.
court. I will never miss court again.
Great. Okay. So we'll see you May 16th at 1 p.m.
Okay. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
I think I'm done. Am I done, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, you
Okay.
are. Thank
Here
you.
you go.
Miss Dortha, were you able to indicate
Travis
which?
Heron next, Judge.
Okay.
I have not yet, but I will keep looking.
Okay, there is one that is resolved, ma'am.
Are you sure
Right.
it's not the payment one? Okay.
No, because
okay.
it shows
That was my
17
only thought.
cases. Yeah, it
Huh.
shows 17 cases, but only 15 were in the attorney rec. So
Okay, I don't know.
there's one missing.
A couple still show warrant,
Oh,
so that might be why. Because it won't let her make an offer if there's a warrant pending.
I don't show that it's a warrant.
I show two that are a warrant, 112065-5, 112066-3.
Okay, let me look into that.
So that could be what's holding her up. I
Okay.
don't know. Mr. Parrish?
Here we go.
Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, Mr. Parrish.
Heron.
What? No, Mr. Newton.
Oh,
What's
Oh.
your name, sir?
my name is Travis Heron.
Travis Heron. Oh, shoot. I really have the wrong person. Give me a second to bring up your case.
All right.
Fudge. Okay, let me get to the right page then. That's not it. I think that's okay, there we go. Okay, it's my understanding that on the city cases, you've already, oh wait, no, there's one that, it looks like still, what is that one? 620. Okay, so it looks like you've got a pending $500 cash bond on one of your charges. That one looks like it has a pending motion to revoke on it. And then your other open charge, you're not being held on that. It looks like what your pending charge is a domestic battery, and then the cases for revocation are a domestic battery and a resisting arrest. It looks like you're also being held on county cases and you have a hold from the Missouri Parole Board. We're going to give you an opportunity to speak to your attorney. Mr. Probst, do you want to talk to him first or be heard on that $500 cash bond?
Judge, if you'll give me the opportunity to visit with him, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So sir, leave your headphones on, Mr. Heron, and then
Okay.
we will have you tell the person that gave you the headphones that you need to go to the breakout room.
Okay. She said
Yes.
leave them on and then, yeah, break out.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley, I took the other two that was in warrants out, so that means you're missing 3 now because the
Oh.
name was spelled wrong on that one right before.
Okay. Do you have those 3 case numbers for me, ma'am?
No, I do. I have 2 of them.
I'll take 2 of them.
I think the one was 141556 and 241556. I think.
And that's M000
Yes. Yes.
141556 and then 241556.
Yes.
And then we don't know where the third one is.
I don't know where the third one is, but I'm looking.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there a dash in any of those, Miss Dortha?
Sky full of angels.
Looks like the first one's -6. The second one is -A.
Mr. Probst, did you have an opportunity to speak to your client?
I did, Your Honor. My client is indicating that he would like an OR bond, or at least remove the cash bond on this particular case. He understands that he has his Missouri parole hold. He believes he will be released once he gets back over there. I don't know if I didn't see that he's got a hold on his other cases that are pending in this particular case, but I think it would be appropriate to review this file with my client before taking any action on disposition, Your Honor.
Okay. And it's also my understanding that even if I give him an OR, he is being held on his county cases, 25 CR 521. And when I looked as of this morning, I didn't see a court date, at least not in Blue Horse. I didn't get an Odyssey.
Okay, I do see that now. I was looking at detainers and not at bonds. Yeah, he's got a $75,000 bond for his other cases. So I do see that. So if you're inclined to give him an OR bond, that's what we're requesting, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Hutton.
Your Honor, given the situation across the street, I don't necessarily. I think the city would object to an OR bond at this time.
Okay. The pending case now, the complaining witness's name is Suzanne Gum. The case that's in revocation status, is that the same complaining witness's name or is that a different complaining witness name?
Different.
Ms. Holton, can you confirm?
I'm
Nope, okay,
checking.
I was able, it's 620-418, same. Okay, so right now, under the circumstances, since it is the same complaining witness, I am not willing to grant an OR bond. What I will do is I will reduce the bond from $500 to $250 cash bond with the condition of no violent contact with Suzanne Gum. I'm going to continue this for 2 weeks. If you're still in custody at that time, Mr. Heron, we can revisit the bond at that time. So we'll put this on May 23rd at 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And Parrish Newton next.
Arm is dislocated right here, so I can use this arm. Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Newton. I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. If you'll just give me a moment to pull up your case.
Yes, ma'am.
I was finishing my note on the last person.
Let me stop her.
Okay. So it looks like you are being held on the city cases. You have been appointed an attorney because the city is seeking jail time on at least some of them. Looks like there's 3 counts of interference with an officer, 1 count of jaywalking, 1 count of possession of paraphernalia, 3 counts of resisting arrest, and 4 counts of trespassing. Mr. Probst, do you want to speak to your client first, or do you want to be heard on bond?
So
Good.
I'm
I would,
sorry.
I would like
Go
to be
ahead.
heard. I would like to speak with my client first, Your Honor.
Okay, sounds great. So Mr. Newton, please leave your headphones on, and tell the person that gave you the headphones that you need to go to the breakout room.
Breakout room. Okay.
I can't hear the judge.
Mr. Probst,
Uh,
were you able to have an opportunity to speak to your client?
I have, Your Honor. There's obviously lots of charges on here, and although we tried to review some of the things that were going on there, I think it'd be best if he were to have the opportunity to come into our office and review the discovery. We're asking for an OR bond at this time.
Ms. Hutton?
Your Honor, the city doesn't object to an OR bond at this point, I believe, as long as there's no violent contact with any victims in this case. I apologize, Your Honor, I cannot remember if there are any.
I think these are mainly trespassings and then things to do with interactions with police officers.
Then, yes, ma'am, I apologize.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
city does
Okay.
not object to an OR bond.
So, Mr. Newton, I'll go ahead and grant you an OR bond. That means you'll get out later today. We see everyone first, then we send over the paperwork, so it could still be a few hours.
Yes.
You'll need to be in court Thursday, May 15th at 1 p.m. The paperwork that they give you when they release you today will have that on it. It's at City Hall right across the street from where you're at, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll see you May
May.
15th at 1 p.m., okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
Yes,
day.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Judge Marcelino Solis, Solis. Let me double check on your band. Mario Villegas. Two. Oh, pardon me, Judge. But jumping down Moreno Villegas, Mario Moreno Villegas, and then be able to grab Solus in a minute.
Just give me 1 second to get it. Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Moreno Villegas.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge.
I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. Just give me a moment to bring up your case. I thought I was seeing somebody else first. Okay, looks like I've got it. Okay, so it does look like you have a pending $250 cash bond that you would have to post on the city cases. It looks like you're also being held on a county matter. On the city cases, trying to figure out why you were, oh, there are some, okay, there are a couple resisting arrest. So it's mainly traffic, but there's also a couple of resisting arrest charges, and the city is seeking jail time on those. You have been appointed an attorney. Mr. Probst, do you want to speak to your client first, or do you want to be heard on bond first? Oh, we didn't lose Mr. Probst, did we?
Mr. Probst.
He's still on the Zoom, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor, again,
Yeah.
the whole thought, thinking I heard everything. I would love to have a meeting with my client, Your Honor.
Okay, so sir, just leave the headphones on and tell the person that gave them to you that you need to go to the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor.
I got it. Understand.
Mr. Probst, have you had an opportunity to speak to your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have, and at this point, the city's made an offer to resolve these cases, and my client is willing to accept that offer. Judge, the substance of the offer is for my client to plead guilty to 1 count of resisting arrest ending in 9402 and 1 count of no insurance in 0221. My client would pay a $300 fine on the no insurance and a $150 fine on the resisting. There is a 30-day jail sentence. We're asking that that run concurrent with his current DOC sentence, where he's going to be looking at 22 months of incarceration. And city would dismiss all remaining charges. Judge, I've had my client, I've explained to my client his rights to a trial, the right to the assistance of counsel, the right to review the evidence, the right to not self-incriminate himself by taking the witness stand, and the right to appeal if he were to be convicted. He's advised me that he's wanting to waive all of those rights in exchange for a guilty plea today.
Mr. Moreno Villegas, is that your understanding of what's happening?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and those rights that Mr. Probst spoke about, is that your understanding of your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and are you in fact wanting to accept the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have your sentence run concurrent with the KDOC time. As far as the fine goes on the no proof of insurance, was there also a fine, Mr. Probst, on the resisting?
Yes, Your Honor, it was $150.
Okay, as far as those fines are concerned, it's my philosophy that when you're in custody, you don't have the opportunity to generate income. And since you're going to be doing 20 some odd months in KDOC, I'm going to go ahead and waive the fines or close that portion of it for lack of ability to pay. And then the 30 days will just run concurrent with your KDOC time, okay?
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You are good to go. Good luck
Okay.
to you.
Thank you.
Next judge will be Solus. It's going to take just a couple of minutes to put one away and get him out.
Okay,
Your Honor, I'm gonna step away just real briefly. I'll be right back.
yes,
So Judge Schultz, all of his cases are going to be closed out.
yes,
Okay, due to lack of ability to pay.
yes.
Is that what
And
I put on there?
That's what I'm putting on my note.
Okay,
It just hasn't, I've
That's
saved
okay.
it to one, but not all of them.
okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just needed to close them. Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right, Judge, Mr. Solus is ready.
Good afternoon, Mr. Solis. Oh, give me 1 second because I thought I brought your case up and I didn't. Okay. Okay, Mr. Solis, you have been appointed an attorney. We're gonna give you some time to speak to him. Mr. Probst, it looks like he'd have to post a $300 cash bond. Do you want to speak to him first or be heard on bond first?
Judge, I would like the opportunity to visit with my client.
Okay, so keep your headphones on, Mr. Solis, and let the person know who gave them to you that you need to go to the breakout room. Mr. Probst, have you had a chance to speak to your client?
I have, Your Honor. My client believes he's got some defenses to some of these actions, and so he's asking for an OR bond so that he can be released to have the opportunity to come into our office and review discovery.
Okay. Ms. Hutton, what is the city's position?
Your Honor, the city does not object to a bond at this point.
Mr. Solis, I am going to grant you an OR bond. We will continue this to May 16th at 1 p.m. You'll need to appear in person at City Hall. If you fail to appear, the judge could issue a bench warrant with a no bond hold, so please make sure you appear, okay?
All right.
You'll get out in a few hours. We see everyone on the docket first, and then we send over all the paperwork, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Judge, was that 5/16 at 1 o'clock or 8:30?
At 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good on that.
Next Down the hall, all the remaining three are in the same pot.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be right back.
Ashley,
Yes,
can
ma'am?
you look at that Marino, the Mario? There's one still open, and I don't know, maybe it wasn't part of the attorney rec part. It was a 2021 case.
Oh, dear.
I mean, I can close it. I just want to make sure.
I don't know. All of the cases that I had were from or wait a minute, what? Which one was it, ma'am?
The 211-910-299-8. It's the only one that's still open. I've closed everything else, but that one wasn't part of the attorney rec part.
Okay. There were two driving while suspended and I missed one.
No objecting to you just closing out the other one.
Which one was it, ma'am?
It's
Two-
211-90 or 910299-8.
Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Batchman.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Bashman.
You look like someone I recognize from Olathe.
Nope, I'm not from Olathe. I'm Judge Schultz with the Municipal Court of Kansas City, Kansas. It looks like you're being held on a trespassing charge with the city of KCK, and you have a hold from KDOC. You have been appointed an attorney. We're going to give you an opportunity to speak to your attorney. Mr. Probst, he'd have to post a $200 cash bond. Do you want to be heard on bond first, or do you want to speak to him?
Judge, if you'd let me visit with him, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Mr.
Hey, can you close
Beckman,
that
if
door?
you leave the headphones on,
Do what?
if you leave the headphones on and tell the person that gave you the headphones that you need to go to the virtual breakout room.
I need to go to virtual.
See the hand signals there.
Miss Dortha,
Yes,
did you void it already?
I voided the attorney rec by mistake. So then I had to go in there and put in the guilty pleas on the two that was guilty. So if you can do just attorney rec for just that one
Okay.
that's still open, can you do that? Or I can close it if you, I mean,
I don't, it's not, I don't, okay. Hang on, I'm gonna back
Okay.
out and try to go in again, because I don't know what's.
I just went ahead and put a note to dismiss because it hadn't been included as part of the plea offer. Will that work for you?
Yes, ma'am, that should work.
Okay.
Just close it out, Miss Dortha. I apologize. Thank
I
you.
can do that.
All right, thank you. Mr. Probst, did you have an opportunity to speak to your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Batchman. The city's made a very good plea offer. However, my client is telling me that he still wants to come in, review the discovery, and consider that before he decides whether to take the plea at this point. So at this point, this defendant is asking for an OR bond and a court date to be set so that he can have time to review that and discuss it with his attorney.
Okay. Mr. Batchman, do you have any idea what's going on with that KDOC hold? When you expect to be done with that?
No, I could be done. I could be done possibly today. It's just for absconding. I ain't absconded for too long. So that's the reason why I'm asking for an OR bond.
Okay. Ms. Hutton, what's the city's position on bond?
Your Honor, the city doesn't have an objection to the OR bond.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, Mr. Batchman, is I will grant you an OR bond. I am going to continue this.
Can I get a couple months? Can I get maybe a month or two, please?
1, 2, 4. I'll continue this to June 6th at 1 p.m.
Okay. I appreciate your guys'
If
time.
for
And
some reason you're in KDOC custody at that time, when you do get released, ask them for a letter of incarceration and bring it to the municipal court clerk's office, and they can work with you on getting a new court date, okay?
okay, I appreciate the court working with me. Okay,
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
you're welcome. Hey Ray. Hey, can I speak with my lawyer real quick?
Mr. Probst?
Yeah, sure. If the
Okay.
court has time.
So let Mr. Doyle know that you need to go back to the breakout room.
Can I go to the breakout room real quick?
Gotta make this quick, man.
I will.
Okay.
Judge Cameron Rowe will be next. This is one in and one out for these last, these three, or two now.
Yeah.
All right, back soon. Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Rowe.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rowe.
Good afternoon.
I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. It looks like you've already been granted an OR bond on the city cases. However, if you are convicted, there is the possibility of jail time. You have been appointed an attorney. We're going to give you some time to speak to your attorney. If you would leave the headphones on and tell the person that gave you the headphones that you need to speak to your attorney.
You heard it.
Or yeah, or go to the virtual breakout room. Sorry about that. Okay. Ms.
Oh.
Meyer, will you get that updated? It should show Q.
Okay, I will. On all 3 cases, right? Judge Schultz,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want it on all 3 cases? He has another case
Yes,
that's
please.
coming on June the 9th.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize when I answered you the first time that I had already muted myself.
Okay.
Mr. Probst, have you had an opportunity to speak to your client?
Your Honor, Mr. Rowe is indicating that he's not willing to take any pleas that have been offered in this particular case. I see that he's got a $150,000 hold on a probation violation in district court. So even if you were to release him, he's not getting out. He's wanting to review the discovery and he's wanting to probably set these cases for trial. So
No, I do. Excuse me, I didn't mean to butt you off, but yeah, speedy trial. That's what I'm setting for. Cause I already got the time in on these charges for real. It could be like time served.
So with that in mind, Your Honor, we're asking that you set this over so that we can have him brought over to review the discovery. And then after review the discovery, sounds, as you could hear, he wants it set for trial.
Okay.
Can
So
we, oh, go ahead. My bad. Excuse me.
it looks like his county case is set May 21st. What we can do though is we can have him brought over May 15th at 1 p.m. So next Thursday. And then when he's here in person next Thursday, you'll have the opportunity to review that with him, and then you guys can get a trial date set.
So it can't start right now, or how does speedy trial work over on that side? Do I invoke it? Like say I invoke my speedy trial rights, or are we gonna do that in person? Is that what I can't do it right here over the computer, or I have to wait next week?
You want an opportunity to review the discovery, you have to come over in person.
I really don't. I'm not really tripping on the discovery, honestly. I already know what it
If
is.
he doesn't want to set to review the discovery, we can just set it for a trial.
That's fine,
Yeah.
except for we don't have all of the evidence. So I mean, as long as the court would make note that he's waiving his counsel to have the discovery to move forward, which I would object or at least not advise him. But if he wants to do it against advice of counsel, then make that note that he's asking to be set for trial with against advice of counsel for us not being able to review everything with him.
Well, I got a question. Well, they got a certain amount of time to get the discovery. What is it, like 20 days? So on the other two cases, they should have been had discovery on that. That was from 2023.
I have discovery on those. I don't have discovery on the one that you were just charged with in April.
Well, the one that he was charged with in April technically isn't set until June. So speedy trial wouldn't have even started to run on that. We're doing you a courtesy by allowing you to be seen on that case today.
Right. No, I'm cool on that anyway because yeah.
So are you wanting to come over next week to look at the discovery, or do you just want me to set this case for a trial? I need to know what you want, Mr. Rowe.
I mean, I guess I'm still gonna be here, so I could go over there and look at it. Yeah, I can go over there and look at it.
So
Cause like I said, I got
transported next week on Thursday to review the discovery. Is that correct?
with my attorney. Yeah, we could do that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, cause I already got the time in anyway. So like, even if I went to trial and lost, it's gonna be time served. I got like 10 months in from 2023 all the way till now. All that time counts. I've been in Wyandotte County Jail. I've been in and out three times in this jail.
Okay, so we'll see you next Thursday at 1 o'clock.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Next Thursday, 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
So
Yep.
they actually transport us over there?
Yep.
Yeah. I ain't know they
I don't hear anything, so I don't know specifically. No, come on. Judge, going to be a minute. Tawan Walls will be next.
Okay, thank you.
if you want. Okay. Judge, do you have a minute?
Yeah.
So, Ms. Hutton and I have been talking about Ji Tao, who's that lady.
Oh, the person that refused to be transported, so I continued it to next week because we can't get an interpreter in less than 24 hours?
That's the same one, Your Honor. Have you, I'm assuming, and I know you've read the notes on this particular case, probably. This would have been her third week in a row at the jail docket. Mr. Lilich handled the first jail docket. I handled the one last week. After visiting with Mr. Lilich afterwards, we are of the belief that there's competency issues. So I have discussed that with Ms. Hutton. And Ms. Hutton is going to try to reach out to Mr. Schneider on this particular case to see if the care and treatment would be worthwhile on this particular case. But whether it is or it isn't, Ms. Hutton, I think, is not opposed to her being released today. If that's even possible without having to have her formally here, we would not object to it. I would tell the court, however, if you look at the notes from last week, Judge Patchicott was going to release her and set a court date for yesterday, but she flat out told the court that she wasn't going to appear for court. So just to make you aware of all the circumstances, that's kind of what's going on. But I really believe that there's a competency issue in this particular case.
Ms. Hutton?
Your Honor, the city is in agreement that there does seem to be some sort of competency issue, or there is a detrimental barrier to Ms. Tao understanding what's going on, assisting in her defense, understanding what's happening. And based upon that, Your Honor, I don't think it would necessarily behoove anyone to have her continue in jail. I understand that it is a risk that we will, have to have a warrant out for her, but Your Honor, I don't think that risk versus having her sit in jail for an indeterminate amount of time seems more appropriate.
So, if I grant this OR bond and we put it on May 15th and she doesn't show up, you are expecting that it will go to warrant, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr.
And
Probst,
maybe by then
do
I'll
you
have-
agree with that? I mean, here's the thing, if she needs an interpreter, how is she going to be able to read that? That tells her May 15th at 1.
I don't know that she's going to be able to read that unless you can set up this is one of the problems that we're having is we don't have a
And
way.
she had the opportunity to actually appear in person, and she refused to be transported.
That's correct.
Jail stated that, if Judge Whitman wanted them to, they would attempt to force Ms. Thao to come to court. And of course, Judge Whitman did not think that that was a good idea, which I agree with. But my issue is, if I give her this OR bond and she doesn't show up, whether or not I'd feel comfortable issuing a bench warrant.
I understand, Your Honor, and if we need to wait until we have an interpreter to, if
And
we
we
have,
can't
if we need
get
to
a
wait.
Hmong interpreter with less than 24 hours or less notice, which by,
Yes, ma'am.
we didn't know she was going to refuse transport.
Right.
I've got to be honest, I hear what you're saying to me, Mr. Probst, and I acknowledge there may be an issue, but I don't see how we'd be able to issue a bench warrant.
I agree with that, but therein lies the biggest issue here is if she's got competency issues, keeping the case open in the first place is it's the decision of the prosecutor's office to decide whether they want to proceed with competency, proceed even though there's competency issues pending. They could always dismiss and have the cases refiled over across the street since they are better suited to handle competency issues. Because, I mean, whether we tell her there's a court date or not, or whether she gets released today or not, that doesn't remove the competency issues. And since there's no way for the city to proceed under competency guidelines, the only way for them to do would be to dismiss and see if the district attorney's office would want to refile. All we're doing is kicking the can down the road ultimately by keeping her in jail. And then the city needs to decide whether they want to move it across the street or not. If the district attorney's office would even, pick it up.
The issue, Your Honor, there is going to be that I don't necessarily believe that she is a danger to herself or others. Which would necessitate the filing of a care and treatment. So I'm just aware that she very much is not seeming to understand the proceedings, whether that's willful or not.
So what do you want to do, Miss Hutton? Do you want to release her and have the risk of her not showing up and then there not being a bench warrant issued, or what, or are you wanting to dismiss the cases with the possibility of having the district court file them or you refile them at a later date?
I apologize, Your Honor. At this time, the city does not wish to dismiss these charges. So at this time, we would request that she remain in custody in order for, I guess, further inquiries to be made across the street to see if there's any way that I could get her, if there's a different way to resolve this.
And with her having outright told Judge Pachacant that she would not show up, I'm not gonna give her an OR bond. She'll be seen on the 16th at 1 o'clock. You know, I
No worries.
have real concerns.
I understand.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you for letting us take that up, Your Honor.
Pardon me, Judge. Mr. Walls is here. I was listening to what you were saying, and if you need us to any kind of special setting or something of that nature with an interpreter or something, just let me know, and we'll be able to make that happen for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Oh,
Walls.
I'm sorry, he doesn't have his. Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Walls.
Good afternoon.
I'm Judge Schultz with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. It looks like you are not being held on the city cases. And Mr. Probst, I want to just make sure that you understand, which I'm sure you do, there are two people with the name Miss Tawan Walls. We're dealing with the younger one today. That way, you're making sure you're looking at the right attorney rec. But it does look like if you are convicted of your city charges, the city is looking for jail time. So we have appointed an attorney to your case. Mr. Probst is going to talk to you. If you would leave the headphones on and tell the person that gave you the headphones that you need to go to the breakout room.
Your Honor, I have 6 cases for, the date of birth 9/29 of 2001, ma'am.
Yes, that's what I have.
Okay, good. Yes, okay, then we're all good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's just when you just bring up the name and you don't put in the date of birth, you know, it's like, oh my, there are a lot. Nope, nope, it's just.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a 76 under there as well, but, yeah, we've got the right one.
Okay, Mr. Probst, have you had an opportunity to speak to your client?
I have, Your Honor. I did have a chance to visit with Mr. Walls, and he is, as we know, he's got 6 charges pending. Those charges are possession of drug paraphernalia, petty larceny, crosswalk violation, stealing, shoplifting, a failure to appear, and trespassing. The city and the defendant have reached an accord. My client agrees to plead guilty to the petty larceny ending in 131 and the trespassing ending in 523. The joint recommendation is for a 60-day jail sentence. My client has been incarcerated since March 3rd. We will be jointly recommending time served in this particular case. My client has been advised of his rights, the right to the trial, the right to the assistance of counsel, the right to cross-examine witnesses, the right to review discovery, the right to appeal. And he understands that the court can impose any sentence within the statutory limits. He's telling me that he wants to waive all of those rights in exchange for the guilty plea where the city would dismiss the other 4 charges. He would plead guilty to the petty larceny and the trespassing.
Mr. Walls, that recitation of your rights that Mr. Probst just spoke about, is that your understanding of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And the plea offer that he talked about, I believe it was pleading to, well, shoot, now I lost it. Trespassing and a petty theft. Is that your understanding of the plea offer?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you in fact wanting to accept the plea offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll accept that plea offer. I'll sentence you to 60 days, give you credit for time served. There weren't any fines, were there, Mr. Probst?
No, Your Honor. Sorry about that. I thought I was hitting the space button.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Walls, you are done with the city matters. Best of luck to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Judge, I'm showing 3 cases on there and I'm showing fines on the attorney rec.
There should have been a new attorney rec that was provided.
Ms. Hutton, did you hit save?
It has been saved.
Okay, so maybe refresh, Dorotha, and see if that makes a difference.
That did.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Are we done?
Yes,
We're done.
we are
Yes,
done.
sorry. Yes, that's the list.
All right,
Bye.
thank you,
And I
everyone. Have a
forgot,
good
you're
day.
right.
I'll
That's my
see you.
list.
I
Happy
probably won't see
Mother's
you
Day.
for weeks, so.
Yes, everybody, happy Mother's Day. That is a mom.
Yep. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Bye-bye.